The industry cannot give you certainty, but your standards can if you feel like you are being whiplashed by rates, rules, portals, and the Amazonification of the industry. This episode is for you because nobody can predict better. I certainly can't. I cannot predict the future, but we can build better. And if you're an agent or broker responsible for other agents, a friendly forecast. I think the next decade is going to reward the people who stop talking to Wall Street and remember that the agents you are supporting, we work on Main Street. Let's talk about what I mean. Welcome to Renovating Real Estate, home of the Identity Ops Method. I'm Sandy McMaster, your host. Each week here, we renovate the way real estate operators think, decide, and execute because most people never operationalize what truly makes them different. And we are on a mission to change that. Today, we are talking about building your fortress of solitude. We are talking about constants in a variable world. And if you've ever seen that very famous John Goodman clip, I forget the movie. I think it was called The Gambler, maybe. Anyways, John Goodman is talking about your fortress of solitude. And he's very direct. I'm not going to be that direct here. But it's a good clip. After you listen to this, pull it up. You might get a laugh. Why is that important? Why is a fortress important if you are merely an agent or a broker? Because this is starting to feel like a little bit of chaos. So this episode is about what to install so you don't have to keep just reacting. It's really important that we don't. I mean, in the last few years alone, real estate has felt like living inside of a slot machine. You just pull the lever, something changes. You pull it again, another thing changes. And somehow you're supposed to keep showing up for clients like none of it rattles you. One week it's rates, another week it's commission or compensation. The next week your brokerage is a behemoth. Then it's a new portal. Then your MLS may fold. Then it's let's visit 15 websites to get one answer. No, thank you. And if you're listening and thinking, yeah, that is kind of what it feels like right now, I get it. And here's some relief. Those things are variables. The mistake is building your business like you need those variables to calm down before you can be the consultants your clients need. The mistake is treating chaos as if it's a season. It's not a season anymore. It's the weather. So today is not a pep talk. It's a build plan. 3 constants, 1 moat, and a simple way to know what deserves your 2 hours today. And yes, I'm going to keep saying 2 hours because for most of you, you know that that's the truth. On a good day, you might get 2 hours to really do anything about business development or move the needle forward. So we're not building a fantasy business here. We're building a fortress that holds up in today's real world. And here's the first constant. Your identity claim. People don't hire you because you have access to homes. They can see homes. They don't hire you because you're a hard worker. Everyone says that, even though everybody is working hard. I get it. They don't hire you because you care. Caring is table stakes. They hire you for the experience of being on the other side of you. especially when stakes are high and the situation is unclear. They hire you for your judgment, your analysis, your opinion. The psychological safety you create when everything feels wobbly, that, my friends, is your identity claim. It's not your slogan, it's not your logo, it's not your about page. It is actually your value in motion, in real time, real life. And here's the danger. If your claim is fuzzy, if it's generic, if it's borrowed, if it's buried in a Word document, you become dependent on variables you do not control. You become dependent on the market getting better. You become dependent on your brokerage getting stable. You become dependent on the algorithm being nice. And that, my friends, is not a business. That is a nervous system. So here's a quick diagnostic. This is your test. If a stranger asks you, or if a stranger asked you, why should I hire you? Could you answer in one sentence, in plain language, with no cliches? And could the sentence survive a hard follow-up question? Because if it can't, that's not identity. That's marketing fog. And for brokers listening, the same test goes for your office. Can you name what you do that is actually distinct? Can you and your agents prove it in behavior and in the operating standards? Ooh, okay. Second constant. If the first constant is your identity frame, your second is your market frame. The moat around your business. The best operators do not pretend uncertainty is going away. Oh, no. They build for it. They were building actually years ago and continue to do so today. And here's what building a moat sounds like. Market blows up. Cool. Variable. Brokerage gets bought. Cool. Gotcha. Another variable. New rules, new paperwork, new portals, all variables. All those variables don't change one thing. Why people hire you. If your business is built on being the market expert in the abstract, or I'm great at negotiation in a more of an abstract term, you're always going to feel replaceable because information is abundant. Tools are abundant. Automation is only getting better and cheaper. So the frame that holds up is a specific promise, a specific kind of clarity, a specific kind of steadiness, a specific kind of protection, a specific kind of strategy, advocacy. These things are not a vibe. These things are a moat, a promise to solve something very specific. And it's also the thing that helps you find yourself when everything is shifting beneath your feet. Third constant. And this is where most agents and some brokers honestly break. And it's not because they don't care. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because anything else other than this. Your time. It collapses on you. And this is where the third constant has to exist. Operating standards. Whew, we all know when the day gets busy, sometimes those standards absolutely save you because standards are what you do when you don't have time to think. You wonder why athletes train so hard? Because when things go wrong and when things are moving fast, it's memorized. And here's the hard truth. Your business can't be a mystery anymore. If where your business comes from is a mystery to you, if who you're built to serve is a mystery to you, if how you lead decisions is a mystery to you, you will burn the maybe 2 hours you have during the day just trying to remember who you are and who you serve and what you should do. And mystery, she is expensive. Mystery costs you time. Mystery costs you confidence. Mystery costs you consistency. So here are the 3 standards to install. Not someday, today, immediately. First, define the moment you're built for. And I want you to picture 3 moments where clients are most likely to wobble. Where's the decision? Is it a heavy one? Is it when their fear shows up? Is it where or when they feel confused? Or is it when the stakes are really, really high? For some of you, that might be an inspection. For others of you, that might be pricing or a first reduction conversation. For some of you, it's the day a deal dies and the client needs a new plan. Name your moments. Name your moments. It's a good first step. Second, define the promise you keep in that moment. When that happens, when the stuff hits the fan, how you respond, these are great telltale clues to that specificity that we need to claim. It's not I work hard. It's not I answer my phone. It's not I'm responsive. The promise is the true experience. What do they feel when they are on the other side of you? Do they feel steadiness? Do they feel protection? Do they feel clarity? Do they feel like someone is finally leading? Whew. And lastly, thirdly, you got to build some proof loops. This matters because you can't just claim a posture. That sounds good. I think I'll say this. You have to produce evidence, and you have to produce evidence to yourself first. So important. Proof loops are the repeatable actions that make your identity actually believable in your marketing. Week after week, not just when you're inspired or just off the phone with a coach, but all the time. When you feel tired, when the day has gotten really, really long. Let me give you an example. It's like a weekly client decision email that turns noise into clarity. It might be a consistent, here's what we need to decide and why recap after a major decision point. Or it might be a simple pre-hire checklist that protects you from being hired by the wrong client or allowing the wrong agent to infect your office. Those things are proof loops. So those are a few things you can do. Now I want to give you the moat, the daily filter, because this is how you protect your 2 hours. Here it is. Just run this filter. Does this action help the right person experience what it's like to be on the other side of me? If yes, it belongs in your fortress. If no, it's probably noise. And I want you guys to hear this and feel calm. You don't need more noise. You need a stronger filter, more no's than yeses. Which brings me to the practice, the correction, the thing you do next. Here's the quick and dirty 48-hour build, 2 hours a day version. Step 1, write your identity claim in 1 sentence. Nothing polished, just true. Step 2, list the 3 moments you're built for. Step 3, write 1 operating standard you refuse to break in every moment. Step 4, tell somebody about it. You can tell me about it. You can write it inside the Substack comments. Tell anybody, but tell someone. That could be a post, that could be an email, one conversation. And if you're an IO agent, you've already been building this. Double check your efficacy. Are you hearing your messaging repeated back to you? Can you do it better? That's when you know your message is getting really sticky with your folks. And that's a good thing. So the point is not just to do these exercises to be a content machine. What we're doing here is we're installing constants. Your very own fortress of solitude. Hat tip to John Goodman. So just the truth is all you need. Uncertainty is absolutely the new norm. But in volatile times, people are looking for somebody they can trust, somebody who can be of real service. So stop waiting for these variables to behave. Install what's stable. You have 2 hours. How you spend them shouldn't be a mystery. For the full essay, you can go read this on Substack, and to find the tools behind it, you can just go to identityops.co. And if you're listening on a platform where you can comment or rate or review, it really does go a long way. And I really would love to hear, what's the moment you're built for? I'd love to read those. Until next week, we will talk then.